welcome back to the Nerd Shelves. I'm Judy.
And I'm Michael.
We got our clipboard. Today we're going to talk about 3 things we love.
About?
Honey Buzz!
Honey Buzz! 3 things we love about Honey Buzz.
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
My paper is so full.
It was really hard to pick 3 things.
Hard.
Yeah, this is a fantastic game.
Yes. My first one was writing and it just kept going and the page was full and I realized, oh wait, that's just one?
Yeah, I know. So good. There's so many things to like about this game. But yeah, we've picked our top 3 things we love about Honey Buzz and we'll share our lists right now. So, Honey Buzz. Oh, this is exciting. I love this game.
Yes. It's very mellow, but at the same time burn your brain a little bit, right?
No, I don't think it's that mellow.
It's pastel color.
Oh, looks mellow, but the game's spring. Not. Yeah. So basically, I mean, this isn't a review or how to play, but just a really quick overview. In Honey Buzz, you are using your bees as, it's almost like a worker placement where you're using your bee poles, to put them on the board, to take one of the tiles that has actions on it. You bring the tiles and it's a tile laying in your own hive.
It's very cool shape.
And then you have to collect nectar to produce honey, to go to the market and fill orders and all of that. Yeah.
4 different kinds of honey.
4 different kinds of honey and pollen too you can get. Yeah, but this isn't a how to play. There's plenty of those videos out there. But this kind of has a little bit of everything. It's got tile laying, it has worker placement, it has action selection, it's got a market economy mechanic. It's got a little bit of everything.
So we're going to get to it and then you know what are the top 3 that we love about this game.
Top 3 things, yes.
You go first.
Me this time?
Yes.
You always go first.
I have so many to go. You go first.
Okay. Mine is quite simple. I love the market in this game.
Okay.
I like any games that have some sort of economic market. Not a market as in, I mean, some games have simple markets where you just go and you buy things and things are available and maybe you buy a card and then a new card flips over. Those are simple markets. But I love markets like this where it almost mimics that supply and demand where the more you go to the market and you sell your honey, but when you sell your honey, the value drops.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Right?
So you gotta go early.
You want to go early, exactly. And that's what I love about it. It's the simple markets are fine. Markets are great in games to get resources and to collect things. But I love it when you use the market, it affects the value of what you are buying or selling at the market. Now, this one doesn't have a buying and selling. It's just a selling.
Just a selling, yeah.
Some other games have that buying and selling, like Power Grid is a game that has that. And I just love any of that economic mechanic in games. So good.
That is very brain burning.
It does. Well, the reason is because, so you use your honey as a resource to either sell at the market or to fulfill orders. So you want to go to the market early to sell, but you also want to keep it to fulfill orders later. So it's, you really have to think when to do it. Oh,
the timing of going to market is very important in this game.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's my number 3. I thought that it was really well implemented in the game.
I'm really surprised because I thought that's going to be your number 1.
Could
I know how much you love it.
I know. It could have been, but yeah.
So my number 3 is market.
Ah! Hilarious.
So for going to market, there are 2 actions, right? Like you say, you can sell honey, right? So
or the pollen.
And there's only one type. That is the very hard part because when you collect nectar and you produce honey, sometimes you have 4 different on it. So if you have only one kind, but you want to sell early because you know somebody else is going to sell.
Right.
So you got to go very soon, even though you only get one, just so you get the current value. Yeah,
we didn't explain that. You're right. Absolutely. When you go to the market, you're only allowed to sell one type. There's 4 types of honey. You can only sell one type, but you can sell as many of that type as you have.
Yeah.
So if you have 4 different kinds of honey, too bad, you can only sell one.
Yeah.
But if you have 4 of one kind of honey, you can sell it all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that
Good point.
that part is very like there are a couple times I will be looking at you and thinking, are you going? I only have one, but I don't think I'm gonna make it
Yeah.
before you do it. So I'm just gonna sell it fast.
Yeah.
When the market is still, the value is still high in the
Right.
It's almost like stock.
Exactly. That's exactly what it's like.
kind of
That's why I love it.
wow.
But that's a really good point because I was looking at your board too, and I see, okay, you have 2 of the dark honey.
Yeah.
And I look, and there's an order that has 2 on it,
Yeah.
but you also, at the market, that value's really high, so I don't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
It is really
Yeah.
good. At one point, I was really lucky getting a lot of pollen, and I think I sold like 5 of them when they're at
Yes.
current value 7, and that was wow.
Yeah, you got a lot. I remember you were going to sell the pollen the turn before, and then you decided not to, and you got
stay.
more pollen, and then sold it the next turn. I was like, wow.
Because you have like only 1 pollen. I don't
Yeah.
think you're interested in that.
No, I didn't get a lot of pollen. But yeah. Okay, so number 3, we both have the market.
Yeah, that is
Very cool.
so cool.
Yeah.
Number 2.
Okay, number 2. So what I love about this game is the action selection. So how you select your actions.
Yeah.
The actions you're going to do on your turn. I thought it was quite unique. So first on your turn, you put your bees, your beeples, to collect a certain tile.
Yeah.
But that doesn't let you do any actions. That you just put the tile in your beehive. Now, as you're building and putting your tiles down, if you complete a circle, so there's a perfect hole in
Yeah.
between, every action, each action has an icon. Every action that's around that hole, you get to do those actions.
Yeah, those are really cool.
So it's not like a regular worker placement where you put a worker down and do that action.
Yeah.
No, you're putting your bees down, collecting those tiles to put on your board. So when you complete a circle, you might have 3 or 4 actions to do.
Yeah. That changed the whole thing,
It's
right?
so
It
cool.
changed
It's such a-
strategies.
Yeah. Because you're planning for the future, right? And then that action, if it's touching this hole that you've
Yeah.
completed,
Yeah.
on the other side, if you complete that hole, you get to do those actions again.
Yeah.
Your actions aren't activated until you've completed a circle.
Yeah, that is very cool.
Yeah, it's so neat. Because it adds one extra step of thinking for the future and planning,
Yes.
which I love.
Yes. It will easily mess up too.
Yeah, totally.
Very easily.
Very easily.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's your number 2?
All right. Number 2 is the Queen's Contest.
Oh, the Queen's Contest. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So there are a couple of them, not many, but you just kind of pick one. There's 3 of them.
3 per game, but there's a whole deck of them, and you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 3 of them. One of them is actually speed contest.
Yeah, a race.
The one with flags on it. So whichever complete that one first, you get the 20 token.
Yeah.
Which is hard.
They're goals, right? The
Yeah.
Queen's Contest are goals that you have to complete.
Yeah. And the other 2 just throughout the game.
Yeah.
At the end of the game.
The end of the game, yeah.
So they're, for example, okay, so they're like fewer workers or 10 workers, 3 orders complete.
You have to complete 3 orders.
Yeah. Or most empty cells. I would love to try
Empty.
that.
So the circles that I was talking about, those cells that are
Yeah.
open to activate your actions, throughout the game you can also put nectar tokens in there. So an empty cell is a cell that is
don't
completed, but there's no nectar inside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is quite easy, I think, if you just keep expanding.
Yeah.
But I want to try that
Yeah.
next time. Yeah.
You know what's really cool though is that those Queen's contests, it will change the game because whatever those goals are, it's going to change your strategy.
Yeah, for sure.
Because you need to create cells, the holes, and you need to fill it with nectar, and that's how you produce honey. But if one of the Queen's goals is the most empty cells,
Yeah.
maybe you don't want to fill them with nectar,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, there's a harder one. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Most empty cell in a straight line.
In a straight, oh, I didn't see that one.
hole.
Oh, cool.
And there is also most nectar in a straight line.
Very cool.
But make you think like, wow,
Yeah.
how am I going to complete all that?
Totally changes the strategy.
I love it.
Very cool.
It's so fun.
Cool.
That's my number 2.
Cool. So the Queen's Contest. Yep, definitely. Without the Queen's Contest in the game would be different. So yeah.
Yes.
Good one.
Your first one?
My number 1. Okay. This usually isn't a number 1 seller for me in games.
Okay.
But it is my number 1. My number 1 is the theme.
Oh, okay.
But not the theme. It's how I felt, maybe you didn't, maybe, I don't know, but how immersed I felt in the theme. I literally felt like I was a bee building a hive and making honey. And to me, I thought that was amazing.
That's a really good pick.
Right. So,
Yeah.
I mean, basically in the game, how you first have to take the tiles to build your honeycomb.
Yes.
Then you have to have your little forage bee go off to the flowers and collect nectar and bring it back and fill your cells.
Yes.
Then you have to take that nectar and produce your honey. And then the fun part is then you're going into the woodland market to sell your honey, which I think
Yeah.
is hilarious. But I literally felt like I was a bee building a hive and creating honey.
Yeah.
And that blew my mind.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
It's very welcoming.
Yeah.
Like you're the newbie. Oh, get it? Newbie. You're the newbie in the family and
Newbie.
sorry, lame jokes. It's like you're the new membership in the new
Right.
member in this family, and you're trying to help everyone and then sell the bees.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't
sell
know.
the honeys.
Sell the
Yeah, not
honey.
the
You're
bees.
selling the bees.
Yeah, it is
Yeah.
so fun.
So, I mean, yeah, the bee theme is cute
Mm-hmm.
and everything, whatever. I mean, you know me, I could literally play a game with cubes on a map and I would be happy. Like, the theme doesn't always mean that much to
Mm-hmm.
me. But when you actually feel like you're immersed in the theme, I love that. I don't
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
care what the theme is, but I felt like I was a bee.
I felt that the first time we play,
Yeah.
and after the game we talk about this,
Yeah.
it just grabs
Yes.
your heart to
Yes.
it.
Totally.
Very tight. Like
Totally.
it gets you into it.
I agree. And when you're done, you're just like, wow, you just feel,
Yeah.
good. Anyways, so that's my number 1. What's your number 1?
Wow, mind blown. Okay, my number 1 is the cell patterns. So there are four patterns. They are the wildflowers, which on those tiles, the hive tiles.
Yeah.
There are 2 hexagons.
Yeah.
And there are orange lines on it. So for the wildflowers, there are 2 lines. So when you put them all together, your hexagon that's the empty cell, you will have 6 orange sides.
Right.
Yeah. So that it only takes 3 hive tiles to complete.
To create it, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's the fun part that I've ever wanted is something like this, you
Yeah.
know, and just
Yeah.
oh my gosh, I love it.
Yeah. So all the tiles are exactly the same shape. They're 2
Yeah.
hexagons side by side, every tile.
Yeah.
But it's how
you lay
how
out,
you lay
right?
them out to create patterns. Each flower has to be a specific pattern.
And I'll tell you the other 3
Yeah.
kind. There's cherry blossom. So there are 4 sides, but it's like 2 on top and 2 at the bottom. And there's rosemary. The 4th orange side, they are like a dome. Okay, so like top. So those 2, they require 4 hive tiles.
4 tiles, yeah.
Yeah, and the other one is really hard. Acacia. It's only got 2 right next to each other. That one takes 5 tiles to complete.
Yeah, that was the big one. That was the
intense.
hardest one, yeah.
But it was so fun. If
Yeah.
it's easy, I wouldn't love it so much.
Yeah.
But the fact that they make it so brain burning,
Yeah.
I just love it.
It's so cool. Like what you said is so cool. It's like, so you have a little player guide, player aid that shows you, like you said, the lines are different colors. So it shows you when you make that pattern, what lines you need to fill that cell.
Yeah.
And then on the nectar tiles, it matches the colored line so you know exactly which nectar goes in which cell.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
cool.
It's so hard at first, right? It's,
Yeah.
it's really hard to wrap your head around. But
I love it.
yeah. Yeah.
That's what makes it so good.
Yeah. It's funny because I got to a point where no matter what I did, there was only one of a certain kind of nectar left on the board. And I could see that you could create that pattern in one turn. And no matter where I put a tile anywhere in my hive, I needed 2 turns and I just couldn't do it.
Yeah.
I could not make the right pattern and you got it before me.
Oh, I love it so much.
It is really, really good. Yeah, cool. Good one. I love it.
I love it.
So that is our top 3 things we love about
Honey Buzz.
Honey Buzz. So why don't you leave comments below and let us know what you love about Honey Buzz. We would love to hear it. And if you haven't done so, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. Yeah.
That's it for today.
That's it for today.
Until next time.
Go ahead and get another game off of your nerd shelves.
Take care.
Bye.